Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here for another live. It's been a while since I've done 2 weeks in a row, but that's just how it's played out. And there's been a lot of stuff going on, so I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of all the things and changes and give you an opportunity to ask questions if you need to, want to, or just hang out for a few hours on Saturday. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But yeah, so the plan today is to show off a few of the features of the new site, just kind of walk you through it, and then also we'll play some Skylanders because it's been honestly a few months, I think, since I've played. Let's see, we didn't play games last week because we opened Battlecast cards. Before that would have been, well, maybe we did play in February, so maybe it's only been a week or so, or a month. Who knows? But Nade, Joe, Squish, welcome. Ooh, getting the yawn trap on Monday. Always like to see that. Pirate Dad, glad to have you here. Will Stone, Peter, yep, we got the food fight shirt. For those of you who haven't seen this, I had this shirt made for Boombringer when they purchased 358 food fight figures in one order. At the time, it was everything I had. And so I'm like, that's the most of any one single figure anyone has ever purchased at one time. We gotta commemorate that somehow. So I worked with shoot, I'm gonna forget the name. Whale Keo on Twitter. They've helped design a few other things for me. But I figured, hey, we'll give them another project. And yeah, I love this thing. So that man is insane. Yes. Not going to disagree with that. 358. I mean, he's not a millionaire. I mean, not only is Food Fight always a 99-cent figure on the site, it's a starter pack figure. We sell starter pack figures for 99 cents. But we did put them on sale that week as well. So it's like half price, I think. So still a good chunk of change, but yeah, not necessarily needing to be worthy of millionaire status. So yeah, we got a few people in here, it looks like. So let's jump over to the site. And we can take a look at that. So this is the new site. If you haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet, the shop is now located at sclcollectibles.com. sclcollectibles.com. And if I can find my tab here, there we go. All right. So obviously this is on desktop. It'll look a little bit different on mobile, but all the features should basically be the same. On desktop, of course, the main menu is across the top here. You'll have to hit the little, hamburger icon on your phone to find this menu, but all the same options should still be there. So by default, you'll be able to see what's on sale this week. If there's more than 8 items, there will be a button down here to view all. Or you can just click on the sale items tab up here and it'll take you to the page with all of them. So got all that stuff there, but yeah, you can look at figures only, because I know that was a big request I got from people not wanting to look at the entire catalog of stuff, but just the figures. We got our bundles here. bundles are back. So we got the Eruptor bundle, you got your Giants bundle, and I actually like this system a little bit better. It'll actually tell you, like, if it's available, you can add it to cart, but it'll tell you if it's sold out, if one of the items is missing. Yeah, we got our Skystones bundle, Spyro's Adventure, the level pack bundle. That was always a popular one, which, is out of stock right now. I wonder why. I bet it's Darklight Crypt. Yep, Darklight Crypt is out of stock. Okay. Because I said usually that one's in stock pretty consistently, but not today. Swap Force bundle, much harder to keep in stock. Terrafin bundle, those are the ones we got going on right now. But we'll get more if it makes sense. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, Pirate Dad, nice. Dark Spyro single pack from Gamescom. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I still need one of those for my collection. I have like a Punch Pop Fizz single pack, but not the Dark Spyro one yet. How many food fights do I have? Here. I mean, I only have one in my collection, but let's see if we got any in stock in the shop. 3. We do have them in stock, but not many. It's going to take a while to restock from that purchase. Karen likes the stickers. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that Dark Spyro single pack can get expensive. Depends where you find it. But they're just hard to find in general. Ooh, Joe, yes, gift cards are available. That's a good point. I don't have them in the menu right now. I should probably make them a menu item up here as well. I think if you want to purchase gift cards, yeah, you can still search for them. So you can use the search for gift cards, and unlike the last site, I have to set up specific denominations. Now, obviously, you could buy, if you want to buy $20, you could buy 2 $10 gift cards. So, like, you can still make it work. But yeah, the gift cards are there with preset denominations. But if there's another denomination that you really want, I mean, I can set that up with you, I guess. Make a Gil Grunt bundle. That one, we might be able to do that. Yeah. Thanks, Alien Kid. I'll look into that. Yeah, we might be able to make a Gil Grunt bundle. Because one of the qualifications, I've had a lot of requests for different bundles, but a lot of times, like, people were requesting that, like, they want like a Trap Masters bundle, and I'm like, they're never in stock. You would never ever be able to buy that bundle, just because they sell out so quickly. And like, part of the reason for creating a bundle is to incentivize the purchase by usually offering some sort of discount. And there's no reason for me to discount Trap Masters. Is the single pack Punch Pop Fizz rare? I mean, yes. It's not something that was released in the US. That was a UK or European exclusive. So for us in particular, it's harder to find. I know some folks over there have an easier time finding it. When will Happy Birthday Ben Starcast be back in stock? Well, I don't think I even have them listed in the shop, so it's hard to be in stock. But I need to get one for my own collection first. Once that happens, we can look into getting it in stock. Although, you all know it'd be an auction item if I ever get one. If I get a second one, it'd be an auction item for sure. Adam's loving the new site. Glad to hear it. I did the thing where I hit the wrong button. Once I've done that. Now I have to set this all up again. Lovely day. Lovely day. All right. Yeah. Some of you know who are used to my longer streams or when I stream more often are familiar with me hitting the back button essentially. But don't worry, I'll be back. Don't worry. We'll fix it. My opinion on repos and light cores, they're not my favorite. Occasionally, I do like a repos better than the original, but in general, I would rather have new characters rather than reposed characters. And honestly, the light cores were a good idea, and there's a handful of good ones out there, but I think a lot of the placement of the lights kind of flopped. Karen, who's my favorite Skylander based on the powers? That's a hard one to answer. I've always said like I'm an expert in the figures, the physical figures. I'm not an expert in the games, which means I don't typically have a favorite level or a favorite song or a favorite power or stuff like that. I'm just not well versed enough, and so like I enjoy playing the games, but not my figures aren't all completely leveled up even. So questions like that are hard for me to answer. There you go. Squish just got the Terrafin collection. Collections inside collections. Yeah. Yeah. For people asking about the rarity of those, like Dark Spyro and Punch Pop Fizz single packs, like that's a good way of putting it. They're not valued at the level that rare chase variants are. But if we're being completely honest, in some cases they're almost harder to get. But people don't care about them as much because the figure itself just looks like the same figure. So. How much is the shipping cost to Europe? It really depends where you live and what you're ordering. So typically, international shipping starts around $14.99. But it's going to depend, once again, which country you're in and also how much you order because it's based on weight. So that's another good point, though. I will point this out because people asked me for this on the old site, and I didn't have an easy way to do it. But you can actually now change the currency in which you view the site. Even if you don't do, like, everything is in US dollars by default. But even if you don't change this option right up here and, you know, put it into euros or Denmark has a different currency there. Iceland might be the same one, or well, similar to Denmark. Euro. Mexico uses the dollar. Euro, New Zealand dollars. Poland has a different one. Sweden has a different. British pounds, yeah. So even if you don't switch it over here while you're browsing through the site, when you go to the checkout and input your address, it will automatically transfer the currency to the currency of your country. So you'll be able to see exactly what you're going to pay. And that's something that had confused a lot of people in the past, especially like Canadians and Australians, because of the currency exchange. Like you were always being charged in your currency, but it was just being done behind the scenes. And so they what might be, you know, $20 US could be $30 Australian. And so people would see it in their cart and it's like, oh, only have to pay 20 bucks. And then they try to pay for it. And it's like, that's not right. Whether it's because they didn't have the money at the time or it just seemed wrong. It seemed like they were getting charged too much. But now you'll be able to see that ahead of time before you actually check out. That conversion will happen. And you can even, like I said, browse the entire site in your native currency. Tavio, what makes a Skylander considered physically damaged to go in the mystery box? So physically damaged is basically if there are parts missing. Like very common one is like Hex missing an arm. That's going to be physically damaged. If there are like indentations or divots, like from a pet that chewed on it, or even sometimes a child that gnawed on it. If there are physical like indentations, teeth marks on it, that is physically damaged. What we don't count, like we are selling, you know, used loose figures in the shop. And so with that used title, sometimes if figures like rub up against each other, there's a little bit of paint transfer. That does not count as physically damaged. That will still sell in the shop. Like we try to keep the figures as clean as possible, but sometimes there's just things that don't come off. So, but yeah, basically if there are parts missing or if the figure was altered in some way, if people have painted them, those can often go in the mystery boxes. If people have sometimes we get ones that have like initials written on them, and like if there's initials written on the bottom, the very bottom, the hard plastic base, like we can clean that off. But if the initials are written on the figure itself, we found that like you can't get that off, and so that would be something that would go in the mystery boxes. So I think that's without getting super specific about something, that's basically what you can consider. Now, sometimes it's not just an arm that's broken off. Sometimes like the entire figure has snapped off the base. So we've had figures where it's just the base of the figure, but the base of the figure is where the chip is, so it still works in the game, and we might put that in a mystery box too. So it could be any level of physical damage, but as long as it's guaranteed, as long as it still works in the game, it can go in a mystery box. But yeah, Tri-Spine, I agree. Drobot should have had a glowing eyes for the light core. Chopper's underrated, fair enough. My favorite based on design, one that really stands out to me when people ask about design is Double Trouble. Like series 1 Double Trouble, but actually even more specifically Royal Double Trouble, because I like that paint job even more than the original. But yeah, series 1 Double Trouble or Royal Double Trouble, the design of that figure is fantastic. My favorite Mountain Dew, right here. Mountain Dew Real Sugar. But if you actually want like a different flavor one, they actually discontinued one of my favorites recently. It was one you could only get at Food Lion. It's shoot, Uproar. That's what it was called. Mountain Dew Uproar. Yeah, that was a good one. Site took some getting used to, but it's amazing. Glad to hear it. Yeah, the picture on the site now is, I mean, what you're seeing here in the background. Same shelves, same figures. So yes, that's my collection. How rare is Blue Bash, White Flocked Eruptor, and It's Flock Stump Smash. So what I generally tell people if they're asking about rarity is look at the price. Price is generally 90% of the time is a good indicator of rarity. And so, I mean, something like Blue Bash that we have priced at, say, I think it's like 20, 30 bucks, somewhere in that range. You know, it's harder to find. It's a variant figure, but it's not impossible to find. It's not as rare as, say, White Flocked Eruptor. But like Blue Bash was a store exclusive. It was exclusive to Toys R Us here in the US. And that's something that does increase its rarity. It's a little bit harder than the standard figures to find, but not impossible by any means. White Flocked Eruptor, Flock Stump Smash. Well, depending if you're talking Flock Stump Smash or White Flock Stump Smash, those are completely different figures and completely different rarity. But yeah, those rare chase variants, like it's hard to say exactly how rare they are. We don't have exact production numbers right now, and there's just no real way to give you a hard and fast, this is how rare it is. But they are some of the rarest figures out there for sure. But you could say that about just about any chase variant, rare chase variant. So I mean, they're going to be 100, 200, 300, depending on the figure and its condition, if it's in the box, if it's out of box, if it's clean, if it's dirty, especially with the like white flocked figures. Someone showed me a white flocked Stump Smash the other day, but had like it was kind of dirty, and the white flocking, like you can't really clean that really well. So that's going to degrade its value. It's tough to do. It's tough to do for sure. Charlie, have you ever thought about having a sorting system for the wish list similar to the shop sorting system? So Charlie, like unfortunately, well, thank you for the reminder. First of all, I will show off a bit of the wish list in a minute. But I don't have like full control over that. Like I'm using a third-party app to have the functionality of the wish list in the first place. And like if they don't have a feature, that's not something I can just add. So like I understand where folks would want something like that. But I don't think that's something that's available right now. So maybe that's something they'll add in the future. I can, talk to the developers and see if there's something they're looking to add. But yeah, that's not something that's going to be available at this time. But I'll get to the wish list in a minute. I want to try to catch up with the chat a little bit here. Callum, it defaults to the country you're in when you enter the site from your country. Oh, okay. Good to know. So it does try to read your IP address and default to your native currency. So that's good. When are you hunting again? Karen, I think I'll have another hunting video coming out next Saturday. So you can check that out. I don't necessarily have hunting trips. I'm going on. I'm going next week to pick up a few large lots. I don't know how much hunting I'll be able to do on that trip per se, but it's going to be a shorter trip. I'm not going as far as I often do. I don't like. A lot of times I have to go down to Texas, and then I can get a lot of hunting in because it takes me like a week to do that. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to create more, but there should be at least one more video. And I think I have one more big hunting video I have footage for, but I need to make it. It's just going to take a while. Am I going to make more mystery boxes than just the damaged one? Probably not. I in the early days of the shop, I did offer some other non-damaged mystery boxes. But that's kind of when the shop was just getting started, and I had a bunch of extra figures. And I mean, yes, I do have extra figures now, but the rate at which we're selling them doesn't really necessitate as much need for mystery boxes. And they also wouldn't be nearly as discounted as the damaged figures boxes are. Are boxed figures new or resealed? So, Adam, the boxed figures, the figures are new, but the box condition may vary to some extent. And that's the thing. It's like some of them, especially when you get into like the superchargers vehicles, like the glue on those just did not hold very well, and so sometimes the back has popped off of it. Not always, but on some of them it has, and that type of thing would still be sold as boxed because the figure is brand new, has never been taken out of the box. It still comes with the sticker or the card, depending on the figure. And so I guess the point I'm trying to get across is, hey, this is a brand new figure as opposed to the used figures that we sell loose in the shop. And so boxed figures, the figures are brand new. It'll come with the card and sticker, that type of thing. The box condition itself may vary. So if you're a in-box collector and you're looking for pristine in-box figures, that may not be the best way to go about it for you to buy those from the shop. If you are looking for new in-box pristine figures, I highly recommend that you join us for the Whatnot auctions. That's where I sell a lot of the high-end, super good condition in-box figures. So if you're not familiar with Whatnot, let's see. Do I have just a banner for that? I do. Well, there's a link down in the description. I know that much. That you can click to sign up for Whatnot if you're a new user there. You can sign up, get $15 in Whatnot credit on your first purchase, and have a blast over there. You can buy stuff from me, you can buy stuff from anybody else. There are other people selling Skylanders over there as well as a bunch of other stuff. But like that's where I am going to sell most of my inbox stuff, especially the high-end stuff, the super clean stuff. Typically I go live every Wednesday. I call it Whatnot Wednesdays. This week I am not having a show just because I'm going to be out of town picking up Skylanders. In fact, picking up more new inbox stuff so I can sell stuff on Whatnot. But yeah, if you're looking for best condition, I wouldn't buy from the shop necessarily. I would buy from Whatnot because I always show off the condition of the figure before we start the auctions over there. Have you ever played Skylanders Creator? You mean like the app that was used to make the 3D printed figures? I mean, I've used it, yeah. Peter, is there going to be a giveaway or gameplay? No giveaways today. I do plan on playing a little bit. I do have the game pulled up. But mostly I want to show off the site and hang out and answer questions. People like to talk, if you couldn't tell. There's a lot of talking going on here. If a Skylander loses an arm or something else and you still have the arm, do you send the arm to? Yeah. So Otavio, yes. If we have the parts for the figures, we do include them. But sometimes we either just get figures that don't have the parts, or they got lost somewhere along the way. But yeah, if we get a figure that breaks on its way to us, and it's broken during shipment, we'll try to keep those parts together and include them in the box. No guaranteed, but yeah, we try. Why is Lightcore Bumblebee so rare? So this is one of those things. Like, I'm working on a video series right now to help explain why figures are rare. There's basically like 5 or 6 criteria, and if something meets even just one of it sometimes, but usually 2 or 3 of those factors, it's going to be rare. It's going to be more expensive. And so Yeah. But Light Core Bumble Blast, if I recall offhand, I think it was just a late release. Like was Light Core Bumble Blast Wave 5 even? Now I want to look it up. Unless somebody knows offhand. But there's so many figures to remember. All right. Swap Force. Standard Bumble Blast, Jolly Bumble Blast, Light Core Bumble Blast. Yeah, Light Core Bumble Blast was Wave 5. So anything in Wave 5 is basically going to be rare. Hard to find. It's just a distribution issue. Last time you asked your favorite element ones. Since your favorite element is undead, who's your favorite Skylander in that element? Favorite Skylander in the undead element. Man, they're all so good. I mean, I'm tempted to say Shortcut because Shortcut's my favorite Trap Master. And he's in the undead element. But on the other hand, I really like Roller Brawl and like both incarnations of Roller Brawl. So like she might be my favorite. It's hard to pick just one. That's why it's my favorite element. They're so good. Undead is so good. Yeah, there's very few cases when a variant will be more common than the standard figure, but there's always an exception. Yep. There are exceptions for sure. Ooh. Disc replay in Rockford. Found Taekwon Crow. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that Rockford location is one of my favorites to stop at. They are fairly consistently getting Skylanders in, and I honestly think most disc replays still are. But yeah, I've been to that Rockford location so many times, and it's rare that I don't pick something up there. Yeah, like I was just there, a few weeks ago, feels like. And yeah, they didn't have that stuff, so awesome. Pricing inbox stuff, Karen, is tough to do. What I typically do is take the prices of the individual parts inside the box. So like Sheepwreck Island. So Sheepwreck Island, I think, is like 15. Wind-ups like 5 to 20, and the parts is that Groove Machine and Platinum Sheep. I think I actually upcharged them a little bit, like $3 a piece. So I mean, I'd say bare minimum it's worth like $25. If it's in box, in good condition, you're looking to sell it, you're finding a collector who wants in-box stuff. I mean, you could potentially get $40 to $50 for it. I mean, I think a lot of people would be willing to pay $30 for sure. But if you find the right buyer, you can get a little bit more for it. It's not always going to be, twice the value of a loose figure or something like that. It's hard to say. Rowlett, my favorite Skylanders game is Spyro's Adventure. Always love the original. Going to Tennessee next week. Yeah, Tennessee is a great place to go hunting for sure. Any store recommendations for Houston, Texas? So let's see. Houston. Do you have any Game Craze in the area? I think that they're usually pretty good with Skylanders. Is it Game Craze? Is that the one in Texas? I know more in the like Dallas Fort Worth area. I've been to a few. Oh, is Game Over Games down there? I think I occasionally found some there. But yeah, if any of those sound familiar, I would check those out. When will I restock on Imaginators? So I need to get the FAQ up on the new site. Thank you for that reminder. And we still need to talk about the wish list. But when will I get blank back in stock? I don't know. I cannot guarantee if or when I will get anything back in stock. Chances are I will get everything back in stock at some point. Yes. When will it get back in stock? I don't know. Like, there's no Skylanders warehouse out there that I can go shopping to and say, hey, I need more Imaginators, please. Nope. I have to wait until someone's willing to sell them on eBay. Someone contacts me privately about a collection they're looking to sell, and they happen to have Imaginators in there. Then we have to agree on a price. And if we agree on a price, then I have to wait for them to ship them to me. And there's a whole process. There's so many factors that are in play. Like, even if I just bought some Imaginators today, like, I still have to wait for the other people to ship them. And then once they get here, we have to, inspect them, test them, reset them, and finally get them in the shop. And that could be 2 days from now. It could be a week from now. If people are really slow at shipping, it could be 2 or 3 weeks from now. I've had that happen where people, like, we agree upon a price and then they're like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it this weekend. And then 3 weeks later, it's like, hey, sorry about that. I got really busy. And are you still interested in these? Yeah, absolutely. Send them on over. But then it'll be like a month later. And it's like, well, I was expecting them 3 weeks ago, but now they're finally coming. So when will we restock? I couldn't say for sure. I know I've purchased some Imaginators recently. I think we restocked some this past week. I mean, 2 weeks ago we had a Robo and a Wildstorm. We didn't announce it, but they sold. Like, we get stuff in regularly. And we are now in phase 2 of our experiment where SCL Jillian, my shipping manager, COO, the person who runs the shop when I'm not around, actually even when I am around, she will now be announcing when restocks happen on her Twitter account. So if you're not already following SCL Jillian on Twitter and you want to know exactly when stuff happens, I highly recommend you go give her a follow. SCL Jillian. But yeah, that is going to be your best bet on when to know we're getting new stuff. But that's that. Geo, Trailblazer, Springtime Trigger Happy, and Zulu for Series 2 Trigger Happy, Series 2 Prison Break, and Series 2 Drill Sergeant. Trades, it's up to you. If both sides are happy, who am I to say it's a bad trade? I mean, the easiest way to value things, I would say, is to go look up the figures in my shop, add their prices up, and see if it's an equal value or not. Like, if you care about value, like, but then again, those prices are arbitrary. Those prices are subject to change at any time. So, there's nothing saying that you made a bad choice. Like, if you got 3 figures that you need for your collection and they got 3 figures that they need for their collection, I say it's a good deal. Looking at the figures now, like, if you were to go on the site, I think Trailblazer is a little bit more expensive. Springtime Trigger Happy, since the variant is a little bit more expensive. Zulu's pretty common though. So that helps even things out a little bit. Series 2 Trigger Happy, Series 2 Prison Break, Series 2 Drill Sergeant, all relatively common. So the Trailblazer lot is probably a little bit more expensive if you buy it straight from my shop. But like I said, go with you, you're happy with the trade. Nothing wrong with it. Thanks for that confirmation, Pirate Dead. I know I'm behind on this. Yeah. No, this is the shop. This isn't necessarily a collection site, although you can create a wish list on it. But this is basically a shop where you can buy Skylanders. Any tips on how to package figures so they don't break during shipment? Very carefully. I mean, packing loose figures versus packing inbox figures is different. There are various ways to go about it, but my general rule, what I taught Jillian when I first taught her how to package stuff, and she's kind of taken on her own methods over the course of time, but basically what I told her is like nothing should be rubbing up against the box. So plenty of bubble wrap or other packing material. You don't want to smush figures in too tight, but you don't want them so loose that they're rattling around. So any extra space should be filled with additional packing material, whether it's bubble wrap or newspaper or whatever. But you don't want it so tight that there's extra pressure put on them, because that can snap figures over the course of the shipment too. But we always give boxes the shake test before we ship them. And if you can hear stuff rattling around, you should probably add some more packing material. So just very generically, that's how it goes. Yeah. Callum, how come the VIP auctions will be stopping? Are they... So it's not necessarily because of Whatnot. I mean, Whatnot has been doing very well for me, yes. The VIP auctions have always been tougher to run because I haven't had a native a native system with which to run them. They've always kind of been, you know, finagled together through Google Forms and blog, and sending out individual emails to the winners, and we have to create invoices and separate items for everything, and like it's just been a whole process. Now, if I'm being completely honest, part of the reason I'm pulling back on them right now is because I'm running out of inbox items in which to sell in the VIP auctions. So I'm not out of items yet, but like I said, I do want to still keep doing Whatnot. And right now for me, Whatnot actually takes a little bit of precedence over the private auctions. It's easier for me. It's better for the brand. And honestly, we didn't have that many people that were taking part in the VIP auctions. Like even this past auction, I know it was a little awkward with the transition in the middle of it, but people had at least 2 weeks to submit offers. I think we had 5 people actually bid on stuff in the VIP auctions. And so like it's just not a... Well, there are people who did appreciate it, like yourself. The number of people taking part in it, like we may have 50 VIPs, but we're only getting 5 people in the VIP auctions. Like it's just it's not a great turnaround for me. Not a lot of incentive for me to keep it going that way. Ooh, just another mook. Yeah, Rattleshake. Thank you. Rattleshake is the best undead character, hands down. Yeah. Roller Brawler Shortcutter up there, but no. Rattleshake, number one. That shouldn't even been a question for me. That should have been a no-brainer. Oh, PlayStation's trying to fall asleep. I've been talking too long. Unfortunately, I haven't been hunting in Florida yet. As much as I go to Florida, I haven't actually been hunting there. I need to work on that. Snap it, Lord. We used to update the shop once a week. It used to be, 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Like that was the time and date. Since we're started running this experiment, we've started updating more regularly, like more as stuff comes in. We've been adding it to the shop. And so it was actually like 3 to 4 times a week. Just this past week, like within the past 3 days, Jillian has started announcing on her Twitter, as I mentioned before, when the shop is actually when the shop updates. So you'll get a better idea of how often the shop is actually updating because of those announcements. So keep an eye out for those. But yeah, over the past 3-4 weeks, it's been pretty consistently. We update 3 to 4 times a week. But once again, it depends how often we get figures in, and if we get a big collection or a small collection, or if I buy 6 small lots of figures and, one shows up on Monday and we update the shop, and then another one shows up on Tuesday and so we'll update the shop again. And then 3 appear on Wednesday. Okay, then we update the shop again. But then nothing appears Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like we don't get anything in. Well, we're not going to update it then. So it really depends on the week and what we're buying and what actually arrives during that time. Dallas Fort Worth, yeah. So this applies to Dallas Fort Worth. It also applies to like the St. Louis area. But Movie Trading Company is fantastic for Skylanders. And they're the same brand as Entertain Mart and shoot, what's the third one? Is it Vintage Stock? I think are those all the same company now? But yeah, Movie Trading Company for sure in the Dallas Fort Worth area. There's a bunch of locations there. So yeah, take a look at those. There isn't a Skylanders factory anymore. Correct. Have you ever found a Skylanders that is modified into a Frankenstein monster? I have not. No. Would I put it in the mystery box? Maybe. I also might just sell it at auction because that would be a interesting piece. Karen, I mean, have you looked at the shipping costs on the site? Because I mean, I know it's expensive, but we actually ship quite a bit to the Netherlands. We do have quite a few folks that buy from the Netherlands. So some people still think it's worth it, apparently. Oh, no, Jillian's not leaving. No worries about that. Fun store sells Skylanders. Yeah, I want more comics and games. Okay. In Central Colorado, I've had some good luck in Colorado too. I haven't been out there in a couple years now, but I've wanted to go back because I had good luck the first time. That'll be interesting. Airship. It has been too long. Welcome back, man. Is there any place to find Skylanders in Wisconsin? Oddly enough, I haven't done a lot of hunting here. In my immediate area, they're almost non-existent, basically non-existent. The one place I used to find them went out of business. I could find them at Pawn America, the national pawn shop. And my local store went out of business. And so now I have basically nowhere in my immediate area that carries Skylanders. So I know there's some places on the eastern side of the state, and I need to do a more thorough, I need to make a video about it, basically. And I haven't done that yet, but I will definitely be working on that. When it comes to personal collecting, do you really want to focus on figures? Do you branch out into other stuff? So Pirate Dad, yeah, my main focus is figures. Of course, the more Skylander stuff I see, the more I slowly start accumulating. But most of the time, it's like, I don't need that. I don't need that. But Battlecast has been huge for me. Yes, I really don't collect the other. I guess I do have a set of the stat cards stickers just because I've gotten so many of them. I've kept a set for myself. But I don't do like the Topps trading cards. Battlecast, on the other hand, it's mostly because I actually loved playing that game. So I do have a complete set of the standard cards, and I'm working on the silver and gold foils to get those complete sets as well. Comic books, I didn't used to collect them. I've started a little bit. I have a handful of them. I'm not like actively out there looking for the comic books right now. But if I ever get some along with the lots that I buy, if I don't have it, I keep it now. So I've started keeping some of those, but yeah, I don't collect the Mega Blocks. I don't collect the apparel. Most of the other merchandise is a no. I mean, the oddballs that I have, like, I love the Chompies, and so I do have a few of the Chompy Happy Meal toys, but like that's the only Happy Meal toy I collect is Chompy, and I have like 6 of them. Let's see. Do I have any other? I have a set of the Sky Stones. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm basically just on the figures. Like that's my focus. That's the stuff I love. Just got a quick draw rail shake. Yes, best in-game variant ever. Wanted to get the regular version, but it's out of stock. Yeah. It happens from time to time. Just because I think that's just because the quick draw, the variant's more expensive, and so people jump on the cheaper one first. But E3 Hot Streak inbox E3 Hot Streak for 65. I'd say it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I sell that thing out of box now for 50. So I'd say 65, especially if it's in good condition. In box is great. Any tips for someone starting collecting Skylanders from scratch? Charlie, I mean, honestly, not to toot my own horn too much, but like, check out my site. The reviews we get on my site, people rave about the prices. Like they can't find them cheaper anywhere else. If you bought from me, which I'm pretty sure you have, like, the figures are going to work in game. They're going to be in good condition. As I showed off a little bit before, maybe a good place to start is some of these bundles, because not only are you getting, like the Giants bundle where you get one figure from every element, but then you get a little bit of a discount. Or come down here to the Spyro's Adventure bundle. I mean, 8 figures for $20, not a bad deal. So I mean, stuff like that could be a good place to start. But yeah, just my site in general. I mean, I feel it's hard to beat, but buying locally is where you're going to find the deals. I mean, if you can find someone selling locally on Facebook Marketplace or at a garage sale, like those prices are usually going to beat my prices. But you may be limited in what you can get, and condition may vary. They're untested. All my figures are tested. So it's up to you. It's up to you what kind of risk you want to take. But if you don't have anywhere you can buy them locally, that's why my site exists. Is there any Skylander you think should have gotten new form and superchargers? Camo? I mean, I know they tried to stay away from quadrupeds because they didn't want to deal with quadrupeds driving, even though you can use those figures in the game yet. But I mean, camo's my favorite, so I would love to see that. Prison Break would have been interesting. Punk Shock. I don't know. Do you know what somebody that buys from store in Brazil should expect, like taxes and things? Yeah, unfortunately, customs fees and taxes, they vary so much country to country. And like, believe me, I've looked at, there's the countries out there just don't offer hard and fast set, like, this is how much we're going to charge you. And this is, you know, so yeah, I can't predict it. I would say, yes, expect to pay something in the forms of customs fees or taxes or something like that. But you would have to talk to someone who is bought from Brazil before. Because even like talking to someone from Europe, their taxes and fees are going to be different than yours. So I can't even, that stuff happens on your end. So I don't know what you would actually be charged. I haven't done any hunting in Connecticut. How hard is it to complete a Skylanders Giants figure collection? If you're just talking about just the standard figures, it's not too hard, actually. I would say it's one of the easier collections to complete. But if you're looking at all the like rare chase variants as well, that is definitely harder to do. I mean, the older rare chase variants are getting harder and harder to find every day. So, Brandon, 3DS Swap Force portal is rare or not? I mean, it's a portal. I mean, other than the Trap Team Xbox One portal, which could maybe be considered rare, the 3DS Swap Force portal, I wouldn't say it's rare, but it is the most popular because it can read the swappers. So the 3DS portals from the first two games cannot read the Swap Force figures. And so the Swap Force portal for the 3DS is essentially the equivalent of the Trap Team portal for consoles. It's the portal that you can use in every game. And so that's the one that people are looking for. So that's the most expensive. That's the one that's hardest to find. So I wouldn't say it's rare. It's just very popular. And therefore, the people that have it are holding on to it. And when it does go up for sale, it sells very quickly. So it's not necessarily rare. It's just harder to find because it's popular. Yeah, Rory, you got the Chompy Happy Meal toy. Yeah, we just sold one of those. Yep. Ooh, 4 figures away from completing Swap Force. Congratulations. Always like to celebrate those collections within collections. Brandon, no giveaway this stream. Zero, I do not currently have a Discord set up. We're working on it. It's not going to be something that's just free to everybody. It's going to be a paid Discord for sure. But we'll have more details on that when that happens. It'll be hard to miss. Metallic Green Gill Grunt when I'm out hunting? Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen one when I'm out hunting. I mean, I get them in the lots that I buy fairly often, but not out hunting. You can use different portals in different games. Yeah. So on the console version, the Trap Team portal can be used on all 6 games. So that's the kind of the go-to. That's why it's more expensive in the shop and that type of thing. Portals are general. No, portals are even more flexible. So the reason the Trap Team portal is the only one that works in all 6 games is because of Trap Team. It has 2 features. It has a trap slot and it has the speaker. And the game requires you to use those 2 things when you're playing Trap Team. So you need that one for Trap Team. You can play it, use any other portal for the other games. So the Superchargers portal can be used for 5 games. Just not Trap Team. Actually, all of them, I think. Actually, do the... Now I don't know. Do the Spyro's Adventure and Giants portals have the same problem with swappers that the 3DS portals had? Or could I use a Spyro's Adventure portal in Swap Force on a PS3? Does anyone know offhand? Has anyone tried that? Like, for some, in my mind, that same restriction wasn't there. That was only a 3DS thing. But now I'm wondering, is that same restriction there? Yeah. But yeah, generally you can use portals across games for sure. They can't read swappers because of the reading limit. Okay. So yeah, you can turn off the speaker, but that's their reasoning for forcing you to use that portal. Like, the game will not allow you to use any other portal, even if you have the speaker turned off. So yeah, like, it's weird, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, Pirate Tat, exactly. Like, there you go. All portals work in Imaginators. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, I'll have to look into that and fully test it out someday. I do have a page on the other site, on Skylanders character list, about portal compatibility. If you ever need to look stuff up there. But in general, yeah, things work with the exception of Trap Team. But the Trap Team portal works everywhere. All right. Since I'm caught up, I want to jump over to the site again and show off the wishlist feature. Of course, I'm not logged in right now. All right. So to use the wishlist feature, first of all, you have to be logged in. But once you're logged in, you can just click on these little heart icons that are on every item. Some of them are a little bit harder to see when the image covers it up, but it's still there. It's still there. You can click on it. If you don't want to click on it, so you can click on any of these pages here when they're just out in the open, you know. But if you go into the item, the button will be down here below the buy buttons. So you can click the add to wish list, or it's in wish list. Take it in and out just like that. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, if you may have noticed down in the lower right-hand corner here, and this will be here on mobile as well, in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, this little red circle with the heart in it. And it says I have 4 items in there because I just clicked on 4 items. But I can click on that button down there and look at all the items I have in my wish list. If you want to take them out, you can hit the X. If you want to add stuff to cart, you can do it directly from here. I believe I have it set up that if you add an item to your cart, let's see what this does. Yep. Yeah, so if you add an item to your cart, it's going to take it out of the wish list. So you saw that disappear there. That's gone. It's in my cart now. Now, if I delete it from here, it's not going to go back to the wish list. But it kind of assumes that if you are adding it to your cart, you're buying it. So you can just add everything to your cart, go check out, be done with it. You can also share your wish list. You just click this, it copies a link, and you can share that link with anybody. You know, if your grandma wants to buy you Skylanders for your birthday or something, like, you can just share that link and show her what you want. Um, but that's an easy way to share it with your friends, family, whatever. But yeah, fairly simple wish list stuff. Like we had somebody ask earlier, like, is there a way to sort this list? Unfortunately, no, there's not right now. Um, I mean, I can, like I said, I can talk to the developers and see if there's something they can do in the future. But that's not something that is currently available. And it's not something I have control over either. Hi, Magna. Welcome. Yeah. So yeah, we have a wish list feature on the shop right now. You can add whatever figures you need to. Yeah, this new site, I've just been super impressed with this search bar, the way that this functions, and how it tries to like predict what you're gonna type, and so you get suggestions over here of words found with B in them. So it could be bash, but it could also be prism break, and robo, boomer, and box, and different categories. So you can look at all the box figures, but then it also shows you specific products and gives you the preview image and all that stuff. And like as you go along and type more, BA is now like Slam Bam or Battle Hammer. But it also get Wrecking Ball and stuff like that. And you can click on any of these things. And like I said, that works on mobile, it works on desktop. I think that's a huge improvement over the old site as well, as far as search goes. So that's been super helpful. Yeah, you still got your in-stock quantity. We had to add that to the site. If you want to become a VIP, you can still do that here. Get your 20% discount. But yeah. Said all the bundles are still here. Got your outlet items that are random other things that we sometimes get in, whether they're just the boxed items or the lunch boxes or the Battlecast cards. Yeah, the battle arena, when we get that in from time to time. Never know where to categorize that. Oh, we got our Sky Stones. And oh, I think that's the other thing. So if you're looking at like the Sky Stones here, and like you can buy them individually, or you can buy them as a bundle. If an item is included in a bundle, it will show at the bottom of the screen. And so you can just add the bundle from this page as well. So even if you don't go to this bundles page here, but you can see it here too on just like the Eruptor. Like you can buy this figure for $3, or you can buy this bundle for $10, and it's right here on the Eruptor page. So that's a nice little touch as well, I feel. But yeah, got all that stuff going on. Yeah, Elliot, I'm not an expert on games, especially the 360. But yes, I would agree. Disc may be cleaning, or the disc player may be cleaning. You never know. Why are Canadian prices normally more expensive? Dave, I'm not entirely sure what you're referencing. I'd have to look into it closer. But yeah, to my knowledge, it's the conversions are automatic, so I don't know offhand. But yeah, if things seem off, I can definitely look into it. All right. With that being said, I think I've showed off. Does anyone have any other questions about the new site itself? Yeah. If you want to sell me Skylanders, you can contact me at matt@skylanderscharacterlist.com. It's right here on the screen now. But matt@skylanderscharacterlist.com. I ask that you send me pictures of everything you have for sale. I need to see it. I don't need individual pictures of everything. I just need a few good group shots so I can see everything actually. So if you just send me a picture of a box piled high with Skylanders, like I don't know what's in that box. I need to actually be able to see them. So if you lay them out on a table or something, that works out pretty well. If you do have a lot of pictures, it doesn't always work so well over email. Then I recommend you drop them in like a Google Drive folder and then send me the share link. Just make sure you change the permissions on the share link so anyone with the link can see the pictures, and I can see them there. But along with the pictures, I also ask that you send your initial asking price. Now, there's almost always going to be some level of negotiations that goes on. Just I need you to send me your initial asking price, and we'll work from there. Like I'm never going to see a price and say, nope, sorry, see ya. Like I'll come back with a counter offer regardless of what your price is. But those are the two things I need for you. I need pictures of everything you're selling and your initial asking price. But yeah, matt@skylanderscharacterlist.com will work out just fine. Wish could sort by elements. Yes. So, I mean, if you're looking at the figures, you can just click on element and say, I want to look at all the fire characters. I mean, does that work? Like, are you looking for something else? So, I mean, we have this element filter right here where, you can even say, like, I want all the earth and fire characters or just the earth characters. And so you can look at the figures from one element at a time. And you can always just, remove all the filters here. That's another thing I love. I love these filters better than the old site as well. But you got your availability, so in stock, out of stock. So if you just want to look at stuff that's in stock, just make sure you have that checked the whole time. You can view by a specific game. You can view by elements. You can view by a whole bunch of other stuff. Creation crystals, drivers from superchargers, giants, light core, magic items, sensei, all sorts of stuff there. And if you don't have any other stuff checked here, then you can actually, well, we're on the figures only right now. If you look at the full catalog, there's a view only filter. And this is where you're easily going to find the games. If you just want to look at the games that we have in stock, or portals, or the other storage items that we have, or even the stickers from Mr. Happy Circle that we had those created. So you can buy those individually here. Or what else do we have? Oh, cards down there as well. But if you want to buy all the stickers, I always recommend you can find the sticker bundles over here that are discounted on the sale page. So you got Spyro's Adventure set here and the Giant set here. That's going to be the cheapest way to get all of them. The only sticker that's not sold in either of these is actually this Chompy sticker. He's the one and only individual sticker that we've made so far. It doesn't belong to a set. But yeah, does that work? Okay, didn't see that feature on mobile. Yeah, it is there. Here, I can kind of show you. SCL collectibles. I don't have my phone hooked up to, but if you're on mobile, actually here, let's make me big again. All right, if you're on mobile, it's going to be filter and sort right over here. You can kind of see that. But filter and sort will bring up that pop up, and then by element here, And then you got the check boxes again. I'm sorry, that it's not a great way to highlight a phone. I got so much light coming on here. But yeah, it's in there. Right above the products, there's a little filter and sort option that will get you those filters on there. So that is all available on mobile as well. Yeah. Pirate Dad, have a good day. Thanks for hanging out, sharing your knowledge. It's always wonderful. Yeah, Ken, if you want to sell me duplicates, I buy from people who buy from me all the time. But sometimes you just find better deals locally, and you take what you need for your collection, and then you want to sell the rest. Yeah, I'm happy to do that for you. We can do, cash, or sometimes I can pay a little bit more in store credit. So that's a way to do it. Charlie, how many sunburns do I have? I mean, you can check the site. The same thing I'm doing here. Sunburn. Oh, we do have some in stock. I have 4 in stock right now. Yeah, sunburn is one that will sell out quite regularly as well. So, if you're looking for one, don't wait too long. Just picked up a sealed patina burn cycle for $70. Got a patina high volt, but the box is missing. Nice. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, anytime you can get a chase variant for under $100, like a rare chase variant like that for under $100, I think it's a good deal. I'm not gonna argue with that at all. Brandon, do I have any? Is that Lego? Is that what we're going for? I do not currently sell Lego in the shop. No, it is Skylanders only for the time being. Anything else that I sell, it usually gets sold over on Whatnot for right now. All right. Martin, look for SA Glow in the Dark. Yeah, so I'm only going to have figures in the shop that I've actually sold in the shop, typically. With the exception of some, like, the yawn traps that we do have the light yawn trap in stock right now. We don't have the life or fire, but I do have them listed in the shop. But I that's partly because I wanted to get all the standard figures listed in the shop. But when it comes to, like, chase variants, like glow in the dark figures, if I haven't sold one in the shop, it's probably not listed there because I don't have a price for it. And you're right, those are hard to price, and that's part of the reason I don't have a price listed, is because they're very hard to price. And yeah, I would have to go look on Amazon and eBay and hope there had been a sale recently. But a lot of times for those, there aren't. And it's my rule of thumb for those, if I'm selling them generally, especially if there isn't a comp to be found out there, is I'm not letting it go for less than $100 for sure. But I'm probably starting it up in the 200 to 300 range. Because if they're just not to be found anywhere else and there's none available, like, I mean, maybe there's not any sold on eBay right now, but maybe there's some listed. That might give you an idea. And if people have them listed at like 400, 500, $600, like, they're probably overpriced a little bit. And I would say, yeah, you could probably sell it for like 300 then. But ultimately, with any sale, especially for rare figures like that, what I always tell people is you just need to find a price that both you and the buyer are comfortable with. And that's how prices are going to get set in the first place. You need to just know, like, either between what you paid for it and what you're comfortable letting it go for. Like, know what your minimum is, and if you can get that or better, cool. But if you want to get at least $300 for it, and they're only offering 200, no sale. and wait for someone to pay more. But if you're just looking to sell it as quickly as possible, then I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're looking to sell as quickly as possible, you put $100 on it. You list as an auction on eBay, and let the marketplace decide how much it's worth. And that's kind of what I do with Whatnot then, and that's how I gauge pricing from time to time, especially with stuff I haven't sold before. I kind of put, the minimum I'm comfortable getting for it, and know that the community is going to price it for me and let me know what they're willing to pay. Legendary Pit Boss, I think I can guarantee that I don't have any in stock right now, unless Jillian just updated the shop while I was doing this live stream. Imaginators sell out almost instantly. I would say, I mean, if not within the first hour, within the first 24 hours of being stocked in the shop. They're just super popular. They're harder to find, and so they don't stick around long. So I know we didn't stock any within the past 24 hours, so I don't expect there to be any there. I think the only Imaginators we probably have in stock right now are Golden Queen and Kingpin. But yeah. Martin, maybe someday, but that's just so much speculation in there. It almost wouldn't be fair. Unless I would have to say it's worth anywhere from $200 to $500, and like giving a range like that feels iffy at best to me. Like such a wide range. Like, well, it may be true. It doesn't really help you either, I don't feel. Because then like you're gonna go and say, well, Matt says, I might be able to get $500 for this. So I'm gonna try to get $500. But then the buyer is gonna be looking around and find my site and it's like, oh, he says these things can go for $200, so I'm only going to pay $200, and then there's just going to be this huge divide between buyer and seller, and I don't know that I find that super useful, unless I can drill it down a little bit more. Brandon, so if you found one on eBay under $30, that's a good deal. Found one what? A legendary pit boss? Is that what we're talking about yet? I mean, so yeah, I charge $28 for it out of the box. If it's in box, absolutely $30 is a good deal. But yeah, if you find one on eBay for under $30, yeah, I think that'd be fine. All right. Do we have mystery boxes? We have damaged mystery boxes. We don't do other mystery boxes right now, but we have the damaged mystery box. Actually, here, let me pull this back up on screen. Let's go back. Actually, let's just throw this up. Mystery box. So for anybody that doesn't know, we do sell these damaged mystery boxes. Looks like we still have a few left in stock here. But yeah, figures are being sold as is, no returns, blah, blah, blah. But you get 30 pieces, no duplicates. So 30 pieces for $30. Yeah, once again, no duplicates. The figures are damaged, so they have some form of cosmetic damage. So I won't sell them individually in the shop. But they are guaranteed to work in the game. And that's the big stickler. Like we test and reset even all the damaged figures. So they are guaranteed to work in the game. We actually had a situation earlier this week where Jillian was contacted. Someone bought one of these and said one of the figures wasn't working, and so they wanted to get a replacement for it. And what I found out is Jillian actually puts 31 pieces in every box just in case something happens. And so that was the replacement then. So I guess behind the scenes for watching the live stream, you actually get 31 pieces in a box most times. I won't guarantee that just in case it doesn't happen in the future, but apparently she told me that's what she's been doing recently. So yeah, you're guaranteed 30 pieces for $30, no duplicates. They work in game. So a lot of people have been happy with those boxes. If you don't necessarily need the figures intact and you just want to be able to play with the characters in the game, that's a good way to get figures for cheap. But yeah. Chris, are there any Skylanders books in the store? We currently don't sell them in the shop. I hadn't been getting, like, it used to be very rare that I would get those in stock at all. They're getting to be a little bit more common, but still not super common. That is something, though, that I do sell over on Whatnot. So the Whatnot Wednesdays that I do, once again, not this Wednesday, unfortunately, because I'll be out of town picking up more Skylanders, and actually a few more books, I think. But if you head over to Whatnot, we have been selling books over there, usually maybe 1, 2, 3 of them a week. No, it's probably 1 or 2 a week. And yeah, people have been enjoying that over there, but like I said, I just don't have a ton of them, and there's so many books out there that, like, I'd have to make up so many listings, and I get them so infrequently that once again they just be out of sale, out of stock all the time, and I'd have to continually be making new listings just because there are so many different books. The one I've been seeing more often than not recently is the Master Eon's official guide books, specifically for Giants and Swap Force. I think they may exist for some other games as well, but they're a little bit hard to find. The Giants and Swap Force copies. We've been seeing those a little bit more commonly. But yeah. If you're looking for books, head over to Whatnot. Once again, there's a link down in the description, or I can probably throw it up on the screen again. Yeah. Link down in the description to sign up and claim your $15 in Whatnot credit. You can use that shopping at my shop or anybody else's. I will mention too, the other thing I sell over on Whatnot in the marketplace, in the buy it now section over there, is I do sell games. Now, if we have the game with the original case in good condition, it gets sold in the shop. But if there's a damaged case, or if sometimes we just get the game disc or just the 3DS cartridge without a case, then I find a replacement case for them, and I sell those over on Whatnot as well in the buy it now section. So right now you can go over there and check. There are some games over there. They are discounted from the shop prices because they don't have all the parts. But if you're just looking for a quick way to pick up some games, that's the way to do that as well. Drex, you are correct. I do ship to Spain. We ship to most of Europe now, not quite all of it. I think there might still be a few countries we don't ship to, but yes, we ship to 21 countries, I believe now. Most recently added Poland to the list. But yeah, you can check out the shop, sclcollectibles.com. There's a link for that down in the description too. But sclcollectibles.com, and you can find, just pop your address in there and see if we ship to you. Actually, the way you can tell is this little drop down here with all the currencies. So we currently ship to Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Mexico, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, UK, and of course the US. So, yes, those are all the countries we currently ship to. I appreciate the kind words, Drex. Thank you very much. All right, we've caught up with this with the chat for now, and hey, should we play some Skylanders? I like Skylanders. You like Skylanders? We should play some Skylanders. All right. So, those of you who've been hanging out with me for a while know that I've been trying to 100% this particular swap force file. Now, I've done this on the PS3 before, but this is my PS4 copy. So we gotta see what we can do here. Actually, sound. All right.
Footborough, hero of Cloudbreak Islands, what can I do for you today? There are still places in Cloudbreak that need your assistance, Skylander. Visit with Eon and see what bonus missions are available.
There we go. That works better. What's my favorite piece in my collection? So I actually have a E3 Spyro. That's kind of the top of my collection right now. I'm getting down to the last few pieces that I need for the collection, and some of the pieces I need could probably beat that out, but that's gonna be a hard one to beat for a long time, I think. All right. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We haven't played this in a while. Should probably run through a level. Oh, I remember last time we tried to go through one of these without dying, and it did not work out so well. Mesmeralda's is so mean. Oh, and then we're at chaos already. Man, that's why we haven't done these levels. Yeah, no damage taken. I don't want to do that. These are all just boss levels. Ooh, no, we can play Chaos's Fortress. We can do that. So we need to find 2 treasure chests and not die. We'll see if we can do that.
You think this is the place?
Yeah, I'd say so. We're getting close. Drop the ship into...
But yeah, if you have any more questions about website or Skylanders, whatever, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we'll just play a couple levels before getting out of here. I'm probably not going to play all afternoon, but we'll play for a while.
Well, then let's just fly up and get them.
They're not so fast, Flynn. They've got cannons on those towers.
Even worse, they've got
Sheepshooters! We can't move in until those sheepshooters are taken out.
What about the scary lady?
If Chaos's mum wants to start trouble, then she's going to have to deal with the Skylanders. All right, Skylander. This is as far as we can take you. You're going to need to find a way over that wall.
Take out those 3 sheepshooter cannons and boom, we're in. Good luck, Chief.
All right. Also, on the lookout for 2 more large chests. So many groove machines on this ship. Man, they don't let me explore anywhere. I love exploring. Let me go. But I can enjoy the hot tub. Why is there a hot tub on the ship?
Skylander, don't look directly at me. They're always watching. Act casual. Special Agent 321, designation Softpaw, at your service. Heard you need to get over that wall. I'm the fox that can make it happen. First, hop into this disguise. The Scout Hazards to Elude and Escape Poncho. Codename Sheep. Here is where the sheep are sheared before being launched to the gunners. You will enter the shearer and allow yourself to be launched past their outer defenses. It's brilliant! Now, into the sheep costume. Do not try and make contact until we reach the rendezvous point. See you on the other side. Softpaw, going dark.
All right. Sad part is now I can't attack anything. So hopefully, I guess that kind of means like my treasure chests aren't going to be there. Probably.
Skylanders of the life element are stronger in this zone.
All right. Apparently, I still need to upgrade my prison break quite a bit, it looks like. So we're going to be collecting all the coins along the way, too.
Chompy paste pedal.
Chompy! Awkward Chompy! Also means he's weak. Yep. I'm so used to playing this game with my upgraded swappers
The perfect swarm.
that trying to play with standard characters that are not upgraded left and playing on, you know, well, like on a hard difficulty with core Skylanders. Maybe not the best decision.
Rendezvous achieved! We're now inside the secret laboratory section of this here fortress. They're doing all kinds of experiments. You'll see. Your next mission is to gain access to the secure area. Get the key, and we will speak again at the next rendezvous point. Softpaw, going dark!
I love Bumbleblast bees. So useful. Not only are they a ranged weapon, but the fact that they like attack things for you. And I guess that's kind of why I like Rattleshake and Deputy Snake too. Stompy, what you doing? It feels like there should be something more to do here, but I really don't know that there is. I want to be able to like, jump off here. It's a quick way to die, though.
Let's check this place out. Buzz off!
All right. Enemies down. Make sure I explore. There's not that much to explore, though. But there's Jello. That's the other problem with not having played this in a while. I don't remember how long these levels are and like where the midpoint in the level is. And
Only a swap Skylander with the speed
thinking
ability can activate this swap zone.
I should know or have a certain amount of collectibles by a certain point type of thing. But I know I'm looking for. I don't even remember the ones are that I have already found. Ooh, I hate these guys.
I've made contact! Perimeter secured! We are now free to
Thanks,
speak.
Softpaw.
I've acquired this high-velocity stealth transport device and disguised it to look like a common surfboard. For no reason at all, really! But it looks really cool. With it, you can surf right past their defenses and reach the next contact point. Hop on the surfboard and get going, Skylander! Softpaw, going dark!
What's over here? Hey, look, a chest. All right. One more chest. I already died once, so we're not getting that star, unfortunately. But one chest down, one chest to go. So many explosions. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So that was probably a chest or something out here. We'll take the gold. Always take the gold. Soft Paws, the original Ben 10. Ben 10 is a little bit after my time. Like, I'm obviously aware of the show, but I never really, I don't know if I've ever seen an episode. So that's interesting. But yeah, Skylanders has always been good about getting good voice actors, and folks people know.
Buzz off!
I think this is the jail where I go if I get caught. But this is where I like to pull out the platinum sheep. I think we determined that the platinum sheep does work in this level. Now I'm curious again. It's been a while. I need to try it. Where's my platinum sheep? There it is. All right. Because the whole point of this level is like turn into a sheep and sneak by things, and like you created a an item for that. All right. Let's see. Hey, stop that.
This area is patrolled.
I don't want to talk to you.
With automated searchlight and sear beams. What that means to you is don't get caught in the spotlight. They'll see you, and it will also hurt. I repeat, avoid the lights.
Okay. Oh. But I was a sheep. I am a sheep. Okay, the platinum sheep does not work. That sucks. It should totally work. All right, where am I actually headed? I need to be turned into a sheep to pass either of those. I wasn't listening to Softball. I probably should have been listening. Is he going to turn me into a sheep?
Here you go, Skylander. I've reformatted the sheep disguise to fool the eye and the skybots. Good luck! Softball, going dark!
Yeah. Yeah, I should totally be able to use the platinum sheep here. Like, the platinum sheep is way more convincing than this thing. Hello, sheep friends. Like the way this thing bounces around, like reminds me of a like a Looney Tunes sheep or something like that, or just a Looney Tunes character. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Callum, I don't doubt that if I were a little bit younger, I would have been into Ben 10 as well. Like that would have That in the cartoon series that was on during my childhood, but for me it was not. Oh, big guy in the corner. Knew you were coming sooner or later.
You barked up the wrong tree. Buzzing through.
All right. Doesn't look like any more treasure chests around here. Oh yeah. This is the area that people always forget. Chompy's Last Stand. Like, if you're missing an area in this level, like this is Sheep Tower. This is Chompy's Last Stand. Like this 2 square platform out here. You have to go watch the Chompy to get your last area.
Hey, Skylander! I've rigged this spark lock to explode! Completing it will destroy this gun turret. And about 3 square blocks! Ha!
Got any treasure chests for me over here? That's more Jello. There's always room for Jello. All right, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Do I actually want to do that? Maybe. It's gonna be tricky. Okay. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. No! I knew I should play that one safer.
Better get moving, Skylander! The tower's about to blow! Get to the surfboard and get out of here! Don't worry about me. I've trained my whole life for this. I'll meet you at the next rendezvous point. Softpaw out!
No magically appearing treasure chests afterwards, after the explosion. All right. Come on.
Skylanders of the air element are stronger in this zone.
Ow. I have money. Do I? Probably. Rumble Blast is probably pretty upgraded, right? Oh, but not completely. Let's do this. Even more bees. Yes, please. Oh, the queen bee. Yep. Beehive backpack. Automatically launches bees. Yes, please. Yeah, we'll just buy that right away since we can. Why not? Usually I wait. Usually, like, I'm a stickler to buy things in order. We can afford this one too. Yeah, now Bone Blast becomes even more automatic. I think it's just gonna automatically shoot bees out. Like bad guys, at least. Oh, I hate leaving chests unopened. I have to go grab a giant. Seems very out of the way. Unless this is the main path and I did it to myself again. Then I skipped the other path. Is this the main path? I don't know. Usually side paths aren't that long, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Ooh, cool purple. Just got your pumpkin eyeball. You're welcome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to get your hands on him. Pumpkin eyeball. Should have been an in-game variant. Very sad that wasn't. Believe it or not, Pumpkin Eyeball is just a fan-created name.
K-Bot Explode Shard.
Ow! Hey, stop that. Those guys hurt. Where's my Jello when I need it? There it is. Okay. So wait, if that's definitely the way forward, then that other path really was a side path. Just a long side path. Just go back there and collect that gold. And at least get to the end of the path. So I know, can 100% confirm that there is no treasure chest to be had up there. Is Frino rare? Series 1 Frino is surprisingly hard to find. I mean, once again, rare can mean so many things to different people. I hate using that word. I think it's overused, I should say, I guess. Oh, that's gonna hurt. So, yeah, I mean, is he rare? I wouldn't say rare. Is he hard to find? Yes. Especially Series 1. Series 2 got a little bit easier. But yeah, Series 1, he was a new character. His first appearance, I believe, was actually in the Easter eggs. In the Spring Edition packaging. We did actually get a Standard Edition packaging for Frino in Wave 5. So that packaging is even harder to find. But I think the amount of figures we got in the Easter eggs, because it kind of follows for Punk Shock as well. That Punk Shock was in the eggs and then standard packaging in Wave 5. But I think the number of figures we got in the eggs is probably lower overall than maybe a if it was just a standard figure with a standard release. And so because both those figures are a little bit harder to find. But with that being said, I mean, we do get them in the shop fairly regularly.
Don't mind if I do.
But yeah, it's definitely not a common figure. So there was a collectible out here of some sort. At least they give me a shortcut. I don't have to go all the way back down. This feels like diving off a cliff in Ocarina of Time. First time I ever do that.
Going up.
It's like, oh, I didn't die. Looking back on Softpaw. Also voiced Fright Rider, Trailblazer, Ben 10, and more. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Yeah. When they got the voice actors in, like, they often voiced more than one character. That is not uncommon at all. I mean, can you imagine if they had to find, 167 different voice actors for Skylanders, for just the Skylanders? Because then they also have, all the NPCs and all the villains and just so many voices throughout the series. Drake, no giveaways today. No giveaways today. That's not an every live stream thing. I know we've had a lot recently because was slacking the first few months of the year. Next giveaway we have planned will be in April. We're doing one per month. So we've already done March's giveaway. But the next one I have planned will be in April. I don't have an exact date for that yet, but if I'm doing it will likely be the first live stream I do in April. I just don't know when that is. I think I'm busy the first few weekends, so it'll probably be later in the month, but not today. Who's my favorite Skylander voice actor? So I have an answer for this, but it's not actually a Skylander. So I don't know if that'll answer your question or not. But I'm a big fan of Ashley Johnson, if you know who she is. But she actually voices in Superchargers, if you remember the Collector. It's one of the characters. It's when you get shrunk down into a tiny like bug size, and she's the Collector, so she's the giant in that level. But yeah, the Collector is voiced by Ashley Johnson, and I mean I just adore a lot of Ashley Johnson's work, but also the job she does with the Collector, it's just like so spot on. It's awesome. So if we're just talking in the Skylanders games, that's my number one. Yes, Callum, exactly. She is part of Critical Role. Yes. Yeah, she played Pike and she played Yasha, right? Yasha? Yeah. And then she's currently playing shoot. Who is she in this storyline? It's weird because she's not off filming another TV show, so she's actually been present most of the time. Oh, she's she's the big furry creature. What is her name though? Like I was literally just listening to it in the car last week. Yeah. But yeah, Ashley Johnson has done a lot. I don't know if this is your generation or not, but if you're familiar with the cartoon Recess, she does voices in there. She was on, was it Growing Pains? Back in the 80s, early 90s. Was it Growing Pains? like she was a child actor. But yeah, like now she's kind of moved more into voice acting. And yeah, so she's in Critical Role and stuff too. Chatterbug, welcome. We're doing well today. But yeah, she's all over the board. I mean, honestly, the entire cast of Critical Role is very active. Oh, Ashley Johnson also does. Thank you, Fern Calloway. Yes, Fern. But Ashley Johnson also does The Last of Us, right? If we're talking more video games, she's in The Last of Us. So yeah. I mean, very, very prolific, very good at what she does, and I love her little bit role here in Skylanders as well. Like, as for an actual Skylanders voice, honestly I don't know. I've never really considered. Like, no one's ever jumped out at me and it's like, oh yeah, I love that voice. I love that character. I mean, yeah. Just as soon as I heard that collector voice, I knew who it was, and I'm like, yes, Ashley. All right. Found a lot of side aisles here, but they all have these diamonds. It's not what I'm looking for. I need my last treasure chest. I just hope I can spot the treasure chest off in the distance somewhere. But I haven't spotted it yet. Whoop. Whoop. Round and round we go. All right. Oh no, those guys almost killed me last time. Get out of here. Where's my Jello? Need Jello. Because apparently that's the only food Chaos eats. Oh, I don't want to fight more. No! Not until I find my Jello. Unless you have... Do you have Jello up here, Magic? Magic Jello? No, you have invisible death. Oh, you do have Jello. All right. Coming for you, Jello. All right. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, Bomba Blast upgrades definitely help. All right, there's a present down there, but it's not a treasure chest. Is there a treasure chest way over there? I don't know. Suppose we'll go find out. You're a big D&D player too? Awesome. I I haven't been part of a campaign in a long time. A few years, probably. I used to play every week, but yeah, it's been a few years since we've had a good group together. But yeah, all art books, yep. Curse of Strahd, sure. Lots of good stuff there. Wait, have I... do I want to go in there? No. I don't think my chest is going to be in there. No! Get out of there. Get out of there. Man, that's just not a good platform. Okay, we're gonna need that jello. Do we get a good vantage point here? See any treasure chests? Come on, treasure chests. Reveal yourself to me.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
I don't think I brought a tech Skylander along today. I only grabbed 4 guys. I didn't figure I was going to be playing that much. Oh, hello, Chompies. I don't know where you came from. Jello!
This place out.
All right. Hide and sheep. Oh, that's just my jail. Carp AI, glad you're liking, or Carp AI maybe, I don't know. But yeah, glad you're liking the new site. That seems to be the general consensus. People tend to be on board with it. It's a good thing because it's here to stay. I'm liking it a lot too. There are a lot of positives with the new site, not only for you guys, but for us behind the scenes as well. There's a number of things that just make life so much easier for myself, for Jillian, for everybody.
In position.
So
Target locked. Look alive, Skylander.
I'm very, very happy that
The next
you guys
sheep
are enjoying it
turret
as well.
is protected by burning goo that tends to rise and fall without warning. Put on the sheep disguise poncho pronto and get moving.
Pronto Poncho. Boing, 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 boing. Boing, boing, boing. No treasure chest confirmed. Ooh, this seems like a good place for... Hey. Hey. No. Doesn't this stuff go back down ever? Oh, it went both up and down. Really? That's it? Okay, it is going down. Good. Okay. That came up way too fast. And if my treasure chest was anywhere in here, that would suck. See, like, there's downstairs there yet. Like, I feel it should go down lower yet.
Don't mind if I do.
That's bothersome. I think it's just poor level design, but that's going to bother me. Yeah, cool purple. Pumpkin. I mean, all of the giants light up. Well, they're not technically considered light core characters. All of the giants actually light up, so that includes any variants as well. But yeah, that's something we had to switch a few years back. We make sure all the things that are supposed to light up before we put them in the shop. So. Callum is Shopify only checkout, or they're hosting the site. Yeah, they host the site as well. Yeah, the shop is completely run on Shopify now. Like I hadn't been the biggest fan of Shopify for a number of reasons. but unfortunately, due to our circumstances and due to growing and due to like we had to start collecting sales tax in a bunch of states here in the US. And the solutions for on the platform that I was using just were not working out, and they were actually getting increasingly expensive, like thousands and thousands of dollars expensive, and they wanted to charge me even more. It just wasn't going to be sustainable, and stuff like that is built into Shopify. And while I do have to pay for Shopify, I pay like $1,000 a year, and like all that stuff, sales tax stuff is just built in, and it doesn't matter how much I scale the site. Unlike with the other system I was using, like the more I used it, the bigger I got, the more I would have to pay. With Shopify, that's not the case. So not only is it a huge cost savings, but then there's a lot of there is a lot of other features that are just standard on Shopify that I was paying for before. And then a lot of features like I showed off today, like the search on the site and stuff is far superior. The search and filters are far superior to what we had on the old site. And that's just standard built in. Like, yep, probably should have moved over here a while ago, but some bad business practices on someone else's part kind of forced my hand. Do.
Branching out.
I feel like there should be something back underneath there. It didn't look like the goo goes down low enough to let me walk down there. So maybe not. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. It's one of those things. If I designed a Skylanders level, I would put something down there. All right. Where are we going? I want to probably turn on some fans. I don't know if that's the first fan I wanted to turn on, though. Okay. So now... yeah, I kind of need to switch places, right? Oh, wait, no. Ah, shoot. It only blows it from that one square. That sucks. Okay. I think this is one I've had trouble with before. I think too hard about it. Oh, man. Okay. So I want to get blown to the left by that purple fan. I think I'm going to need green guy to push it for me. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay. Shoot, am I stuck here now? Once you go to the middle, you're stuck in the middle? That can't be right. So I'm always going to get shoved back. Huh. Well, I may have messed this one up. Oh, there's how I get that one. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can get this guy out here anymore. Whichever way he goes, I was going to get pushed back. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Are you stuck here as well? Man, I didn't think these puzzles were unsolvable, but what am I missing? Yeah, I mean, I guess there is an exit button. I always just figured that's if you gave up. You know, for the 6-year-olds who couldn't figure it out. But, like, I don't ever recall getting into a situation where you can't solve it. Like, I thought these puzzles were built better than that. But am I... like, am I missing something here? Because this guy can only go up and down here. Like, I can go up and down on either of these 2 rows. But, like, I can't turn left or right in the middle of that. And green guy can't get over there to one of those 2 rows. He can really only go up and down here. So with the fans turned off, I think this is unsolvable. Like, I think I needed to leave those fans on once I had them turned on. But if you turn the fans off and then go do the thing, I think it's unsolvable. All right. Let's try this again. Okay. Turn the fan on. And you can come over and turn this fan on. I don't want him to get stuck in the middle again. He goes there, he'll just bounce back. How do I get him to green? Oh, hold on. I think I got this. Okay. Turn you back on. We need to turn you off for a moment. So green guy can come over here. Okay, green guy gets his. Then turn this back on. Nope. Oh, yep. Yep. Okay. We got this. All right. Whew. That took far too long. Yeah. Yeah, from 3. That like the tracking on that. I had tried for years to get that like built in to the old site and try to allow you to track your packages from the site. Like we always gave you the tracking number and it would be in the email that you got sent and you could click on it and stuff. But like now, yeah, I think everything should be kind of built in. And so like you can just like go to your account and see the tracking and view everything from there. And it makes it feel more natural and makes more sense. So yeah, I'm glad to see that too.
Branching out.
Hey, there's a treasure chest. How on earth did I not... I mean, unless I was doing like a speed run or something. How did I not collect this treasure chest in the previous run? It must have been like at the end of a stream or something, and I just said, forget it. We're just running through this level and not collecting anything. Yikes. Boom. Next upload, like video upload on the channel. Is that what you're wondering about? So the plan going forward for the foreseeable future is every Saturday will either be a live stream or a video release. And so since today we're doing the live stream, there is no video, but next week there should be a video. So I do not have a live stream plan. I mean, it's subject to change, kind of like there was supposed to be a video that came out today, but then I decided to do the live stream instead. So that is something like there should always be some sort of entertainment available on Saturday. Whether it's a live stream or a video. Like Saturday's the day for YouTube. But today is live stream, so next week should be video. STL Saturdays, yeah, could be. Which game has your favorite Portal Power animation? Ben, I have no idea. That's not a question I've been asked before. But I tell people I'm an expert in the physical figures. I'm not an expert in the games, even though I enjoy playing them. I've played them all. I've beat them all. I've 100% of them all. But I do not have a favorite level or a favorite soundtrack or a favorite Portal Power animation. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what the differences are. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think about there being differences until you just asked the question. Like, I don't know. Yeah. That's a fair question. That'd be something to rank at some point, but yeah, I have no idea.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in
I play Skylanders on PlayStation primarily. I don't own any Xbox consoles. I never have, never will, if I can help it. But I started on PS3. That was my first Skylanders game. Moved through the PS4. Now I'm actually playing on the PS5. So I need the PS4 copies of the games to play on the PS5, and that means I can only play the last 4 games, unfortunately. That's why I very, very, very much want a remaster of the first 2 games at a minimum. Because I want to play Spyro's Adventure and Giants on my PS5. I want to stream them easily, which, I mean, yes, I could potentially hook up a different system, a different console, but nothing is as simple as doing it. I mean, even the PS4 was pretty simple. The PS5 is even simpler. But to hook a PS3 up and play online is a little bit more difficult. And I have this system set up already. I just want to play on the PS5. Get out of there. Move.
Let's check this place out.
Time to activate the Red Rover protocol, Skylander. Things in here just got real. You need to be on all your toes for this stage of the mission. We are within visible range of Castle Chaos. There is no turning back.
Diego, yes, we do actually ship to Mexico. It's been one of our newer additions, but yes, we absolutely do. If anybody's wondering, you can see the full the on the site now. There's a way to view here. Let's pull it up briefly. Well, I have it here. On the site, there's this little drop-down box right up top here. You can find this on mobile as well. On mobile, it'll either be in the main menu, or you can find it down at the bottom of the site too. It's the same thing, just but country region. It's to change the currency on the site that you're viewing it on. But this will also always contain a full list of all the countries that we currently ship to. If the country's not in this list, we don't currently ship there. But yeah, I believe we said there's 21 countries now. But if you scroll down, hey, Mexico, right there. Yeah, these are all the countries we currently serve. And if we add any more, they will automatically be added to this list. So you can always just check this list here. But if we don't currently serve your country, I mean, let me know, and there's a possibility we could add it. But yeah, I think, like I said, our most recent addition, I believe, was Poland. So that one more for the European category there.
Ship confirmed.
My favorite variant, best in-game variant of all time, hands down, no questions asked. Quick Draw Rattleshake, absolute best. Is there any variants you believe are worse than the original? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think most of them are. Like, I've never been a big fan of the legendaries. I think, like, almost all the legendaries, there may be one or two exceptions, but almost all of the legendaries are worse than their originals. I just don't like that color scheme. I can say that for most of the darks as well. They're not quite as bad as the legendaries, but I'm not a big fan of the dark variants. If you're looking for more like one-offs, I mean, I honestly, most of the chase variants I don't really like the look of, because they're usually just like monochromatic. Now, the ones that they went with like the clear stuff, or the super shiny. Like I like those a little bit better. Like green chop chop and green scorp and stuff like that. I like those. The ones that are all clear can be okay. They're a little bit hit or miss. Like the golden flame slinger though, like the series 2 one, like the copper one. I don't really like that. The Halloween Fright Rider, I am not a fan of that. I know a lot of people like that one. I am not a fan of Halloween Fright Rider. What else we got? Yeah, the holiday ones are typically better, whether they're the spring Easter time or the Christmas ones. Those are generally pretty good. The steel plated, oof. Like, okay, I know I've talked about this before, but since you're asking about it, what should have been steel plated, the predecessor to this official steel plated series, was what we call heavy metal sprocket. So that was the first time they used that color scheme, and in the U.S. at least, it was a Best Buy exclusive. So everything was the same, because then when we officially got steel plated superchargers, it was Best Buy exclusive, Hoodsicle, Best Buy exclusive, and it had that green and silver color scheme. But as soon as they called it steel plated, and so Smash Hit and Hoodsicle, they changed the green, and it looks awful, 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 awful. The pictures look good. But the figures themselves, the green looks awful. And I don't understand why, because with Sprocket 2 years before, that theoretically we're going with the same aesthetic, with that like kind of army green with the silver, and they got it right. Like they used that darker green, but then they changed it for some reason, and I don't understand why. So, yeah, like heavy metal sprocket looks great, but then steel plated Smash Hit and steel plated Hoodsicle just look like puke. Who else? I'm not a big fan of the Power Blues. I think their originals are better. I mean, especially like with Splat. Like the whole point of Splat was, look at all this color, this artist palette. We're going to show you all the colors of the rainbow here. And then it's like, oh, no, now we're going to make it white and blue. And then like the paint splatter is going to be like clear. And I'm like, no, you just ruined the figure. I am not a fan of Mystical Taekwon Crow. I love Mystical Bad Juju. And I've talked about this before too. Like there's a lot more white on Mystical Bad Juju, and I think that really makes all the difference. Like I think someone decided actually like that the Mystical was like red and black, where I think it should have been more red, black, and white. And on Bad Juju, we got a bunch of that white, which makes it pop. And Mystical Bad Juju or Mystical Taekwon Crow is like almost purely red and black, and I don't think it looks good. Silver Moon, do I specifically sell specifically loose tops of swappers? So we don't necessarily sell them. We don't have them listed in the shop right now. We do have a box of them. Like we keep them because we often get just halves of swappers. And so we keep them because over the course of time, we get the top half of one in lot A and the bottom half of the same one in lot B. And so then we put them together and sell it in the shop. So we do have a box of halves that need their other half yet. And our general rule is like, if you're placing an order from us, you can request one half. And if we have it in the halves box at that time, because our selection changes, I mean, weekly, if not daily. So you can make a request when you place an order, and if we have it, Jillian will include that half in your order for free. If you're just looking to buy halves, we are going to charge you something for it. Like you can ask if you really just want to buy halves and you're not planning on buying any other figures from the shop. Like you can ask, and we do have a structure in place that Jillian will set that up for you. And like you'll have to pay at a bare minimum the shipping cost. But depending how many you want and stuff, like there may be other costs involved, and we just kind of take it on a case by case basis at that point. But yes, we do have them. We don't typically sell them per se. But yeah, if that's legitimately all you're looking for, you would have to write Jillian. Like if that's all you're looking for, and you're not planning on placing an order, so you're not leaving a note in the notes section. You can email Jillian at I think I have it here somewhere, maybe. Well, it's support@skylanderscharacterlist.com. Maybe I don't have that email address ready to go here. But yeah, support SUPPORT at skylanderscharacterlist.com. So it's this except exchange Matt for support. But yeah, support@skylanderscharacterlist.com. And you can inquire about our current availability of halves. She will be happy to help you. You need a top half of Hoot? Yeah. The problem with the top half of Hoot is that that's what often gets damaged. And so we often have the bottom half of Hoot, where we have Loop, I guess. But there are so many things that can get damaged on the top half. Like the wings get damaged, like each of those individual feathers. There's like 6 feathers there that can break easily. His staff, both the top of the staff and the bottom of the staff that sticks out from his hand. We see those break regularly. And so I think that actually is what happens a lot, is like the top half Hoot, just gets damaged. And so maybe even ends up in the damaged mystery boxes. But yeah, we try not to, get rid of pieces or throw them out or whatever. Like we want to keep them in circulation, especially if they still work in the game. But we also have a level of quality that we keep in the shop. All right. You got to be close to it on this level, right? Oh. Hey, you can't make the spell punks invisible. That's not fair. Is that all? Oh. It's always a big guy in the corner. No, no, no. Ow. He's gonna die too. Yep. Shoot. Bumble, you were doing so good. Oh. Yeah, taking no damage on this level sucks. What the? Oh, I wasn't watching. Shoot. Well, shoot. I only have one other character sitting down here waiting for me, and I don't think he's leveled up much at all. Like that was gonna be my plan today is start leveling him up. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Nope, level 7. Great. Well, level 8. We're gonna level him up, I guess. Oh, and there was Jello over here? Now I just wasted it. All right, hold on. We need to finish this level. Actually, quick, who do you want to see? It needs to be a Swap Force character. Preferably core. Not a swapper. Because that's what I'm playing with today. Any requests? I got them all. But no guarantees that they're leveled up at all. Riptide and Jolly Ball. Okay, I'll grab them just in case. All right. Riptide, here we go.
Go fish!
Ah, level 6. He was one hit away. One hit. Of course. All right, I got a question here. Postage the UK to include Ireland. So I mean, yeah, as far as postage goes, the UK and Ireland are separate. But yes, as I was saying before, like if you need to check, just come to this currency exchange thing, and these are all the current countries we currently serve. And so yes, Ireland is included. Ireland and Iceland. But yeah, these are all the countries that are. You can't see what I'm showing you right now. Hold on. Here we go. If you come onto the site here and this little drop down, you can find this on the mobile site too. Oh yeah, this is going to have all the countries that we currently serve. And so yes, Ireland is in the list here. But yeah, like it is considered separate as far as postage and prices and stuff go, but it is something that we cover. Should do a variant only level. I probably should at some point because I bet you most of my variants probably aren't leveled up. Because like, if I'm gonna play with a character, I'm gonna start with the standard version of it. Like I rarely play with variants. I mean, you can tell already I rarely play with these core Skylanders because I always play with the swappers. So yeah, that's just bad enough already. All right. Oh, okay. Perception on that's a little off. Oh, you're just gonna swing around in a circle for a while until I hit this button for you. Got it. All right. Let me get purple for you. Get purple again. And we have to get out of the way. Very, very careful. Don't bump into each other. Don't bump into each other. You got this. All right. Now bump into each other. Yay. You got a knockout terror friend from your doctor? That's fantastic. I've never heard of a doctor giving out Skylanders. I like your doctor. Yeah, Maboom. I considered this for a while, but I ultimately, just asked the audience, and I've run multiple polls asking people, would you rather, when you buy from my shop, like leave it where they are, or have them reset? And the vast majority said they prefer to have them reset. And so that's what I do in the shop. Like, we're already putting them on the portal to test them. And so we just take a couple extra seconds with every figure to reset them. Now, I mean, in the long run, it actually takes a lot of time to reset them, instead of, it'd be a lot faster if we could just put it on the portal, see, oh, yep, it reads, and pull it off, as opposed to, put it on the portal. We have to let it load fully so we can go into the menu, reset it, and then take it off, then do the next one. So it actually takes a significant amount of time to do all that, but it's a service that we found the majority of our audience would prefer. So that's the way we do it. Ooh, but that's 3 sheep shooters. That should be the end of the level, right? I think we made it. Folks. And we died multiple times, but we found our treasure chests. It's 1 more star. We made some progress. I think I'm going to call that a day there. These levels are so long, especially when you're exploring stuff. Got to get ready for work. It's all good. I think I'm going to be wrapping up the stream here anyway.
Welcome back to Woodborough, hero of Cloudbreak Island.
Yeah, thanks all for hanging out and watching.
There are still places in Cloudbreak
I hope you enjoyed the new site. Once again, sclcollectibles.com is where you'll find the shop now. We should have most of the links redirecting from the old site to the new site now. So if you click on any links there, like the check price on SCL buttons from the old site, they should now, they didn't originally, I know, but they should now take you to the new site and directly to that figure. And like the buy Skylanders button on the old site takes you to the shop and all that good stuff. Otherwise, like I said, I will be out of town this week, picking up 2 huge lots of Skylanders. One of them is actually coming from Canada. So some international imports here. But so by the end of the week, you may see some bigger updates. I mean, we should have some figures coming in early this week too, but then we'll have some, hopefully, I mean, we'll probably do them in sections. We're not gonna wait until we have all, thousands and thousands of figures tested and reset. We'll do it in short spurts. If Jillian has an hour to test and reset figures, like she'll test and reset 100 figures or whatever, and then add them to the shop right away. So keep your eye out for that. We should have a lot of good stuff incoming this week, and then into next, probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, honestly, to get through everything that I'm picking up this coming week. So should be lots of good additions in the shop. And I will not have Whatnot Wednesday because I'll be out of town then. But then I think we might already be into April by that point. But the following Wednesday, in like a week and a half, should be back on Whatnot. And yeah, like I said, in the meantime, when I'm not doing live streams here, every Saturday it should be a new video to watch. So something going on this channel every Saturday. And I'll give one more shout out to Whatnot too. If you're new to Whatnot, if you haven't signed up yet, you can use the link down in the description to sign up, and that will give you $15 in Whatnot credit to use immediately. You can use it in my shop or someone else's shop. I do have Skylanders games over there right now. Even when I'm not doing a show, you can purchase games over there. They have either damaged cases or replacement cases, stuff that I'm not going to sell in the shop. but should still be functional, hopefully. If it's not, let me know, and we'll take care of it. But thank you once again for hanging out. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye.